right. Hey, welcome everyone back to Puffery. This is a special episode because we're talking about the latest and greatest that we've got coming and launching. And this week, I believe people should be starting to get their pre-orders for the new High Tide. But before we start talking about anything new, since this is a completely live show, not really, we want to know, Henderson, what were you doing in the tobacco warehouse? And you have to reveal all of your secrets.
So right now, we're processing in the tobacco warehouse the crop from this year, and just supervising everything, the quality of the tobacco that we receive from the farms, and yeah, working on the process on the second fermentation already. So that take a little bit of attention, so all the detail of temperature and all that, and how people are taking care, all the leaves. So that's what we do right now.
Nice. So already on the second fermentation process.
Yes.
What does the first fermentation process look like?
First fermentation process is a rotation of 5 days. Uh, so we flipped the tobacco twice already in 5 days, and now we're doing a second fermentation that is a longer fermentation of 15 days. Before flipping. So that's what we're working on right now.
And do you have any big plans for this crop yet? Or is it just kind of in its infancy?
No, it's a regular basis tobacco for us. Right now we are growing like 80% of the Dominican tobacco that we use in our cigars. So pretty much, not 80%, I will say 90% of the tobacco of the Dominican tobacco we use in our cigar. And yeah, that's the big plans has been a 5 years project that we've been already. So this is the 5th year. We have aged tobacco. We are processing tobacco. So this is something that pretty much I dream in my whole life, and to have control the raw material that we use from the Dominican Republic, so we can control all the process from the seed up to the cigar. So um I mean, this is one of the biggest things for any manufacturer, to have that control, to be sure 100% that the seed that we're growing is the right seed. That the process that we do on the tobacco is the right process. That the aging of the tobacco is the right aging. So we don't take any shortcut there. So that's pretty exciting.
I like the ambiance of the lighting guy that you have for this special edition podcast. Very cool. I think this is so great. We always get some kind of like immediate nuance of what it's like to be in the factory. Like sometimes the lights go out, sometimes,
Welcome to the Dominican Republic.
Come to the DR. Okay, good. So we're going to talk about today our new stuff that's coming out, which I'm really excited for. And I want to start with Marcel on this because I know how much we always talk about how Marcel is a super purist and he really likes to enjoy things like for what they are, as they are, of the highest quality, and when they can be transformed into the best possible scenario without changing their truest form. So Blue and Jack's High Tide is our special edition for 2025. Okay, besides the box, which I love. But let's talk about that because I know that was kind of against the grain to use a blend that we've already come out with and put a new wrapper on it. So what was, number one, Marcel, how was your feeling about that? But what made you say like, yeah, of course, this is a good decision?
Yeah, we never done that before, and it's the first time, and I think it was because Blue Eye Jack was such a huge success and the blend is just amazing that people love it. So we wanted to do to pay a little bit into that blend, or like maybe express the blend in a different kind of form. And since we are already using a San Andres Colorado on the Blue Eye Jack regular line, it was just like obvious that we could try that with San Andres Maduro, and which we did. And yeah, I think it was probably the most obvious thing to do, because it's one of our most successful blends to like continue with that great blend and maybe give it a little twist. And the tobaccos we were using and are using, and especially on the wrapper, it was so close and obvious to try it with a Maduro wrapper. And yeah, but I know what you're referring to, like always blending from scratch. But this time, I think, I mean, after next year's our 10 years anniversary, I mean, after 10 years, it's okay to like try that out, even though I think with a lot of cigars, I would say most of the cigars, which like have the same blend and then a Connecticut shade and then a Maduro wrapper on top of it, doesn't work. So,
Okay.
yeah.
And characteristic-wise, Henderson, and flavor-wise, what does the Maduro wrapper add to this version of Blue Eye Jacks? Where does it take it?
I mean the Blue Eye Jack. Let me tell you the story of that blend a little bit. So that blend is one of the blend that gives me more headache to get it done. When we started the project of the Blue Eye Jack, we did 15 different prototype of that blend. Um, I was satisfied about the blend because I was looking for a specific flavor profile and strength on the cigar. So the whole point with the Blue Eye Jack, it was to create a cigar that it was smooth, it has some kind of sweetness, and medium body. Uh, and I was like looking for a specific flavor profile. You know, when people ask me like a lot of time, like what was the starting point when you start a blend, you know, how you start a blend. Sometimes it because we have a tobacco that we want to incorporate in a new blend. Sometimes because we try a new tobacco and we love the taste and we wanted to create a cigar out of that. The difference with the Blue Eye Jack, it was like I have a flavor profile in my brain that I want to create, and I was looking for that specific like experience in the cigar. So that's why I give me a little hard time. I remember like even we were traveling together, Marcel and me, and we were like, yeah, we have a final blend. I was like, yeah, it's a great cigar, but it's not exactly what I'm looking for. Um, and then I was playing around with some blends in the factory. I was like trying to recreate a blend that I did over 12 years ago, one of my first blend that I ever create. And I was tasting that blend. I was like, wow, this is exactly what I'm looking for. But I'm more mild. So on the Blue Eye Jack, mostly of the tobacco that we use is Seco and Viso. It doesn't have any ligero on that blend. And the original blend that I had, it was like 80% ligero. So I reduced downgrade like from ligero to Seco and Viso pretty much just to create the Blue Eye Jack. So to do a transition of the regular Blue Eye Jack to a Maduro, what I did, I incorporate some ligero on that blend um, to make the cigar more bold. And to make people understand also why you capable to do how much you change you just switching the priming of the cigar.
And for those
And
people that don't know, I'm going to cut you off real quick. What is the intention, or what does a Seco and a Viso offer that the Ligero doesn't, or why did you choose those over that?
the Seco is a lower part of the pen. of the tobacco plant. That is tobacco that is more aromatic and more um thinner, faster combustion. Um, but you also can experience more sweetness and better aroma on the seco. And Viso is a tobacco from the center of the plant. That is like exactly between the ligero and seco. Is a meter texture tobacco leaf. That tobacco is a little bit more oily than the seco, uh, and they have a lot of flavor, and the strength is a metering strength. So on the seco, you get more sweetness. On the Viso, you get a little bit more spice, but not much. On the ligero is the tobacco leaf from the top of the plant that is way more oily, so you can experience way more flavor, way more strength. But the strength also is come with some more spice. So when we were creating the blue eye jack, we were trying to create a cigar more on the sweet side over than the spicy side. You can experience some spice, but very little because the tobacco is like itself that we're using in that blend is a little strong. So that's the difference. So talking about Blue Eye Jack Maduro, the high tie, incorporating the Maduro wrapper that is just a higher priming, more oily, longer fermentation wrapper that give you that look that is darker, also is more rich in flavor. You can experience like if we talk about the Blue Eye Jack, the regular Blue Eye Jack, and the Maduro, the the regular blue eye jack, the flavor profiles were more light, a little bit more earthy, more floral. On the blue eye jack Maduro, you're gonna experience like a more richer flavor, darker flavor, and more spice. So the strength on the blue eye jack Maduro, I will say, is 3 times more than the regular blue eye jack. The level of nicotine, uh, the intensity of the flavor in the mouth is also way stronger. It lasts longer on the palate, and it's a cigar that is more a dinner after dinner cigar. So I will say Blue Eye Jack and Maduro is one of the strongest cigar that we ever made. Uh, and one of the reachers also. So
I think it's funny. I know high tide, we always say the cliche, the adage, the old adage goes, high tide rises all ships, but this one sounds like it could sink all ships. But yeah, I think it's super cool. And I know we only created a very limited number of boxes, and we are, if anyone watching or listening has not either ordered one yet or have a reservation to get one, I would highly suggest in doing so, as we have only 8 of all the boxes that we've created unsold. So I think people are really looking forward to this and trying it. And it's a great, it was definitely a great one to start the show off with this year.
Yeah.
I love the box. I love the design.
not just that, the high tie, we decided to use a mold that is called a diadema. Uh, it's a figurado shape. It's one of the most elegant and fancy looking cigar I would say ever made. Um, and it's very hard to make. Regular cigar from our factory, like using that kind of wrapper, we make between 350 cigars a day a per. And that cigar is limited to making 200 cigar per day per. So I just have one pair of rollers that roll those cigar, and is a unique shape, very delicate, with a draw and everything, just because the shape is pointed on both sides, and that's like a special shape. We never worked with that a shape before into the ADVentura line, and And it's a beautiful cigar, just in any sense, by the look of the shape, also by the look of the wrapper. That kind of dark chocolate color on the wrapper is beautiful. We also it's a cigar that is not a limited edition. It's not gonna be a limited edition, but it's gonna be in special edition. We're just gonna make one batch a year, so you're gonna have already producing the 2026 batch for those cigar. So pretty much all the cigar that we're making, we giving a whole year of age. So one of the reason because we delayed that project a little bit. I was supposed to release that cigar right after the show, but after a long wait of 11 months, like why not to wait like another month just to complete the 1 year's age? So I want you guys to have like the best experience with the smoke of that cigar, and to add a value also to what we do. So, and I mean, we're not trying to get a shortcut or cheating on the process. No, we set in our standards, and that's what we have for you guys. Is or have some special coin that is a collectible coin that and take it out of the box and do whatever you want with that. So, but I mean, that's also not just about the cigar, also the packaging. All the ADVentura packaging has been a rock stick designed, for being more vintage look. On the Blue Eye Jack, as we've been making that cigar as such a special cigar, we decided to do something more clean, more with more finish, more details into the box, um, and just to give the special touch, to that project. So
Yeah, I think all things leading to that, right? It's a special size. We only have a one pair that can roll that. It takes a lot of time. It's a lot of fermentation. Like everything about it deserves what it is that we've done
Yep,
for
yep.
it. So I'm really excited. I know you guys obviously have both enjoyed it before, during, and after the phases. And I wanted to ask each of you what on that first third, what is the thought process? Are you just quiet? Do you just really look for certain things? Do you just enjoy? What do you do?
On what?
On the
Which
first
process?
third, when you first lit up the diadema, like
And
what are you looking for? Or did you just go like, wow, you just enjoyed, you sat there and let it come to you?
well, the thing is, the first third normally doesn't tell you the whole. It's like you're reading a book, like in the first 20 pages, doesn't really cover the the story or what the books want to tell you. So you actually, I mean, of course, you can maybe feel what kind of direction the cigar is going in the first third, but actually it's the second third which brings you the sweet spot in all these kind of like open book and really revealing all the aromas and flavors. So you just enjoy. I always, when I test other cigars for my store, I always like definitely gonna keep smoking past the second third. I know there are some cigars which I I really thought or immediately knew in the first third that this is not gonna. It's not gonna. Life is too short to smoke a bad cigar. So yeah, but basically you should wait until the second third.
Uh, and the thing with that cigar, I think the blend of the tobacco that we use is a cigar that is made to have an impact right away you light it. But the thing with that cigar, the shape, as they point out the front of the cigar and the food, uh, that little tip of the cigar and the food is mostly binder and wrapper. So you can expect to get like that impact right when you light the cigar. When you light the Dima, you need to let it burn at least like a half an inch until it get into the thick of the cigar. So it can show you like the real boundaries of that blend. Um, and right after you get like a half an inch, that's where you can experience like the best out of the cigar. So it's a cigar that is a bomb of flavor and the strength right there.
That's interesting. I never knew that about the foot of the diadema. I mean, I've never thought of it that way. Like, okay, this is really just wrapper and binder, and not you have to really be patient to get the full experience of it and the enjoyment from it. I love this shape and size. It's really is super elegant, super beautiful. When you guys are blending, how do you know like when it's finished? Like, what's the difference between you're refining it, and then you've overworked it? Like, how do you know when the point has come to where you say, stop, that's it?
Um, I mean, the cigar talk itself, I mean, just like I mentioned to you, you look for a specific flavor profile that you want to achieve into a blend. And as soon as you get, that you're looking for, that's what it is, Sometimes in the blending process, you get the flavor profile that you're looking for, but maybe it's missing some strength or maybe it's too strong. So you just balance out with the filler and the tobacco that you're using, play with the priming of the tobacco until you get into the perfect point, that you're looking for. So on the high time Maduras was very simple because we are just creating a Maduro version of the Blue Eye Jack. So for sure you need to uh I will say complement and the psychology part of any cigar smoker. When you're looking for something dark, you expect something strong. So um just by get the strength, that you expect, when you're looking for that Maduro cigar, without compromising the balance and and the complexity of the cigar, that's enough, to tell you this is ready.
Nice. Nice. Yeah, I'm excited for this cigar to come out. I know people are dying for it, and we've been posting a lot about it. And like I said, it should be coming to everyone's mailboxes pretty soon this week. By the time this podcast is out and about, the high tide will hopefully be as well, and you guys can enjoy it while listening, and it's going to be really great. That one came out of the gate hot, and we are thrilled that we were able to launch it at the show. That was a good one.
Yeah, it's still in the gate. It's now.
Right. But by the time people see this podcast, it will be out of the gate.
Out of the gate.
Yeah. Okay, cool. I love that. Do you want to add anything else that people should know or think about when they're enjoying this high tide?
Guys, as always, we ADVentura, we're looking to create new experience and also trying to elevate the experience when you are smoking a new cigar. Um, with the high tide, what you're gonna experience is like how a well Dominican tobacco smoke and with the level of strength that you can get from the Dominican tobacco. This is what we're doing right now. I'm smoking like a little um cigar from my craft from 2 years ago, just following up the taste and the aging of the tobacco. And it's amazing. We are aging our tobacco 3 4 years before we use into our cigar on the regular productions. Uh, and that's what we're bringing. That's a cigar that is 100% Dominican filler and Dominican binder from our farms. That's the beauty of the Blue White Jack, that you can experience what we've been working on in the last 5 years. What we have in our farm, what we have, in our warehouse, how we fermented that tobacco. Um, I think like that's what represents the new generation of Dominican tobacco, and that's what we want to bring to our customers. Like yes, you smoke a lot of Dominican cigars, but the Aventura is different. They doing something different, and that's what we want to show to our customers and the pirates out there. Like what we have in our hands.
It's great. I love that. Marcel?
I mean, especially the size, it's a size which we have never done before. And it's also not easy to produce that size. And it's also kind of like a heritage thing because a lot of Cubans, they had diademas going. And I think it's a great size, which maybe is going to have its revival again. And maybe because we were initiating it. So I really hope you guys enjoy that size and that cigar. It's amazing. Yeah.
So thanks everyone so much for joining us. We hope you've enjoyed hearing all the nitty gritty and the secrets about Diadema and why you should also be enjoying. Until then, may your cigars be smooth, your moments intentional, and your perspective ever fresh. Join us on the next episode where we're discussing Captain's Collection and how you can get from A to Z all of the ADV blends in one beautiful box.